We are joined with Dave Hale from the Sheppey Horticultural Society this evening. So Dave, what are the best ways for protecting your plants from frosts?
I think there's an 8-letter word that starts that all off, actually, which is called insulate. For instance, covering the ground with straw, or again the leaf mulch that there's so plentiful around at this particular moment. So if the plants need protection, and they obviously can't be moved, so it's a good idea to cover the ground around, as well as digging up and storing those plants that aren't frost hardy, those tender plants, such things as dahlias, some fuchsias for instance. Now, I know there are hardy fuchsias out there which will do their own thing anyway, but a lot of the fuchsias, the more showy fuchsias for instance, and I know because I grow some of them, they'll need to be cut back, pruned a bit, and then put away for the winter, kept pretty nigh dry actually, in their pots, in a greenhouse or a cool greenhouse. Olive bushes is another one, but a lot more people, you see these in garden centres now. Many more olive bushes are being bought by people. If it's supposed to be that we're getting a milder winter, then fine. Sometimes they will actually overwinter in a protected spot or in a sheltered spot in your garden. Why take the chance? It's something that if you're growing in a pot, put it inside again to keep it away from the frost. Citrus, for instance, I've still got my 2 lemon trees, or rather my wife's lemon trees are still in the garden. They need to go into the greenhouse pretty quickly. Things like pelargoniums, those kinds of things as well. They're summer plants, so they need to be pruned and they need to be put away for the winter and protected somewhat inside cool greenhouses or somewhere where the frost can't get at them. You can also insulate the tops of your plants as well. I'm talking about the branches and the stems, and I was going to say leaves, but of course they shouldn't have any leaves on them by this time. Those plants which are too big to remove, insulate them. Insulating materials such as horticultural fleece, straw, bubble wrap is a good one. How many packages do we have these days with free bubble wrap coming in them? Save the bubble wrap, put it into another bag somewhere and bring it out in the winter, because it's absolutely perfect for protecting those tender plants. Even old curtains, things like that. What do they call these muslin type curtains as well? I use a lot of that. You know, the older curtains, I keep this stuff. Wrap it around those trees or those bushes which actually might demand it throughout the winter. Bits of old carpet. Do it for short periods. I'm not suggesting that you should actually do it every day, what have you, because they will need air around them to keep fresh and healthy in that sense. But overnight, cover them up, wrap them up, basically give them a cosy bed for the night. Placing plants in a cold greenhouse if you have one. Well, one of the simplest things you can do, and again I go back to the citrus, if you've got a conservatory, and a lot of people have conservatories these days, put your plants away in the conservatory, bring them indoors, and then a lot of them will continue to flower, and as I say, the lemon trees will still actually develop their own flowers, and you'll get this beautiful smell of lemon in the morning when you wake up. How poetic can you be where that's concerned? But it's a simple thing, just to bring it indoors and protect it and look after it throughout the winter. It'll repay when it goes back out in the springtime.